Well, Charlie Veitch, this was perfect. This was absolutely perfect because you can see really, really good people, logical people that use their logical mind and they get in the presence. He this one video I looked at, he was saying, well, I know they're going to be programming and I know they're going to be, trying to manipulate me and they know they're going to do all of this crap to me, but I'm going to be aware and they're not going to get to me. It's like, you don't know what programming is because they programmed you. And I mean, he'll probably snap out of it. My money is on the fact that he's going to snap out of it because he's got way too many people that know way too much information that are going to constantly remind him, wait a minute. All of a sudden, the queen is good, the police are good, like, is Charlie going to go to war now? Let's see him make some logic sense out, coming out of that and have to deal with a lot of questions that he won't be able to answer because he's programmed. People can only answer what they've been programmed to answer. They cannot program you into having an intellectual conversation. So the only thing that Charlie will do is either run away. He will not be part of a public at any way, shape, or form. There's no way in hell he'll ever make another dime because nobody'd work for him. Um, so it's basically, what has he done to himself? And this is what happened to Oprah. Okay. I truly believe Oprah is, a loving, caring human being that wants to do good for everybody. It's like, well, she's kind of destroying the planet. So how does a good, loving a person end up destroying the planet? Well, she ended up talking about, she was one of the first people to tell us how bad the food is. Oprah was the one that says there's a conspiracy going on with the food. And then they sued her. And she can't handle that. She openly admits that that was the most traumatic thing that ever happened to her. And she got no counseling for it. And Dr. Phil attached himself to her, and felt that she didn't need any counseling. I guess because if I was a doctor, I'd be saying, you need to come in and see me. We need to fix this because what's happening to you is wrong and you need to deal with this. But Dr. Phil, the good doctor that he is, watched Oprah get totally brainwashed, probably because he was part of the whole thing. Doctors usually are. And now all of a sudden, Obama's their best friend, and cattle is being tortured worse than ever before. Food is being destroyed worse than ever before. Why? Because she was brainwashed and traumatized and manipulated into actually believing that she's has a free voice to say whatever she wants to say. And it's like, no, you don't. You got a legal team. You just put yourself on a reality show that says all of your worries about, well, we can't say that because it's illegal. You know, they don't say it on every show, but they put it in there to let you know that they're really concerned about saying the right thing at all times. And it's like, you know what? Today's the day to say the wrong thing. You don't want to say things that are going to um, you do want to say something that pisses the rich people off, but then Oprah, you kind of have to say something you need to hear. So, and she doesn't know that yet, but it is that that is how evil works. Is you get influenced and brainwashed to the point where you can't even tell you've been brainwashed. You really believe. I had somebody just post 2 seconds ago that my video was all about see the good in other people, and this video will reprogram your brain, and it uses some of that programming stuff. It's a warning. Don't look at it. Otherwise, you'll see something. Um, but after this person watched the video, they ended up putting a negative comment. And it's like, well, wait a minute. You, asking me, well, I don't even have to watch. Well, actually, he didn't even watch the video. The guy says I don't even have to watch the video to know that I already think along those ways. So he didn't watch the video and then posted, who, male, female, I don't know what it was, posted a negative comment after watching a video about I see the good in everything. So it's like, okay, you should have watched the video because maybe you'd see something good in it. And then said, what does that make me since I'm Catholic? Well, we all know that Bibles and religion are not exactly the good things. So I guess this guy was gonna say I was gonna say he was a bad person. No, you're a good person. You know, just because you're doing bad acts doesn't make you a bad person. Just because somebody programmed you doesn't make you a bad person. I'm only going to look at the actions and say, does that sound right to you? Um, and then says, I'm Catholic, but I have my own beliefs. It's like, you don't have your own beliefs, you have a Catholic belief. You can't have a Catholic belief and your own belief at the same time because those would contradict. You know, like you're already saying there's two different beliefs there. So that's a contradiction right there because a belief is a belief. It's whose belief do you have? Do you have your belief or somebody else's belief? And how do you know the difference? So when you see the Queen, you know, or any of the royal family, you will think that they are the evilest people on the planet. No, they've been brainwashed exactly like Charlie, exactly like Oprah. And what are you going to do? Hate them now? You know, like Charlie went and did all of this about love. I think now it's like give some love back to Charlie because right now Charlie's going to get a lot of hate. And it's like Charlie is going to, when you send somebody hate, um, it doesn't do good on the body. It doesn't do good on the mind. It's not going to make him snap out of anything. It's going to make him put a wall up. It's probably something that he's been programmed to, that the more people fight him, the more he fights back. That's how the programming works. So like they're not programmed to receive information. So, and they're not, when they do this type of programming, they don't know love, and love can get through it. And it's like, if you want to cure Charlie Veitch, send him a hug. You know, let him know that you know he's been brainwashed and that he can't see it, but you love him anyways, and you're going to send him lots of love. That's how you should respond. Don't say another one bite the dust. It's like you got to get him back on this side and just tell him to use some common sense, you know, and have a logical conversation. If the guy can handle a conversation, then it's all good. But I'm pretty sure he won't even engage in a conversation if it's too negative, because right away if he's programmed to say the things he's saying, then he can't make logic sense out of what he's saying. So he will feel the negative energy and think that people are just too negative, that he can't handle the conversation, when actually it's him that can't handle the conversation, and he won't notice it. So you want to heal people like Oprah, send them love. Don't send them the money. Don't watch their shows. Don't buy any products they're advertising. You know that anything they got to say right now is just what they're programmed by evil to say. So it's like, don't let people like that influence you. Anything that he said does not make any logic sense. That it's just we're all paranoid. No, we're not all paranoid. Look at the fucking world, it's falling apart. There's nothing you have to be paranoid about. Look around, what's working? Shit is falling apart. To say things are wrong is not to say there's a conspiracy. It means there is proof something is wrong. Who's in charge? Who's manipulating? Who's creating it? You think shit just happens? Oh, one day the price of milk dropped just out of the blue? Nothing caused that to create the change of prices in anything? Come on, let's get real. There's people there's cause of everything. And to say there is no conspiracy, I don't personally think it's a conspiracy. I think everybody's just trying to do their best, and their best just happens to create hell. So we're trying our best to create hell, and we don't even know it. And everybody's attached to it, even me, because of who I have to rent from and where I have to buy my food. Um, and I already admit that I'm not perfect yet. I know where I need to go, but I ain't there yet. So I am still within everything that's wrong. And every one of us has to know that. I'm part of the conspiracy. Hell. So it's like we are all part of this. We're all part of the human race, and each and every one of us are destroying ourselves. And it's time to wake up to that. And you won't get out of it by, putting your head in the sand, saying, oh, we're just all paranoid. Okay, what are we paranoid about? Few things going wrong. 9/11, all of a sudden a lot of people got rich, kind of questioning who did what to where, and I'll always follow the money. So how come a lot of people got really rich off of that event? And it was a good excuse to start a war in a country that had a lot of oil. So sorry, not buying that, because the states benefited. The government, not the country. The government, the politicians, all financially benefited from it. Follow the money. And they still want war. It's all designed for war. And even if they were terrorists, what did you do to get a terrorist pissed off? How many of their family members did you torture and kill? You admit you torture. Matan, I can't pronounce that place, but the torture area, that you can either say you're torturing or not torturing depending on the law you design, so that if you say torture is legal, you can say, hey, we were legal. We didn't torture anybody because we're saying this is not torture according to our laws. It's all full of shit. So, end of the day, send Charlie love. He's been brainwashed, and every single one of us have been brainwashed. You just have to wake up to it. I love that. We're just all paranoid. Yeah, the world's falling apart. I am not working right now. Am I paranoid? How come I'm not working? What would be the cause of that? Am I just being paranoid? Is this just my illusion that I'm on a welfare system? Is it just my illusion that I worked so friggin' hard, my muscles and everything got damaged, and I'm seeing a lot of people get disabled from work, but is that my illusion? Now, I'm not going to say it's a conspiracy that my employer intentionally injured me, or that my ex-husband committed so much abuse and crimes that it physically hurt me. But I am saying they knew what they were doing, and they all knew that they were going to cause severe harm. The company Tool and Die that I worked from has lots of people that go on disability. Most of the people in there are disabled that have warned me, don't work, you'll get disabled. Meanwhile, I got the other ones that says, don't work, you'll get fired. So they intentionally know that they're causing harm to people that work for them. They know it. So then why are you surprised that I'm on a welfare system? This is what society wanted. We got prosecutors that say, first of all, I'm not a victim, because the crime that took place is a victimless crime. So I am not a victim. Jeez. That's an illusion. So you know what? I think I'm absolutely, totally insane, because everything is an illusion. Or maybe things are a little real and a lot of people just want you to think it's an illusion. I don't know. Send Charlie some love. While you're at it, send Oprah. She could really use it. Because as soon as that chick wakes up, she'll wake up the fucking world. But Obama's brainwashed the same. I think some really good people are looking very evil just because they are brainwashed. And it's so easy to do. And all we have to do is brainwash evil the same way. You get the right tools and you can get that job done. Peace out.